on the Browns defense, which, Keefe, number one, you predicted. We were debating what the first question was going to be.
Yeah.
Karen Grazian, right out of the chute. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that Browns defense? So score one for Keefe.
Thank you.
There.
I'll take it.
And then that answer also stood out to you in real time because most coaches won't say, yeah, this is the best defense we're going to face this year. And that's what he said.
Yeah, usually they kind of go the other way, especially when you're going to be playing a team for a second time in Buffalo in several weeks because they want to avoid any kind of bulletin board material or whatever. Because if you're saying one team's the best, you're suggesting that others aren't. I think it's good. Like I like it. I really don't think it's going to like backfire on them or anything like that. But I appreciate the honesty, and it also shows you like, oh yeah, this is a more challenging game than maybe it looks like on paper because the Browns, you're like, oh my God, like their quarterback situation's a disaster. They got Dylan Gabriel out there now. Shadur Sanders isn't getting reps. Like they're like talking about how many reps the backups are getting there. Kevin Stefanski's hanging on to that job by a thread. But they have Myles Garrett and a good defense. So if Drake Maye has another good game this week, he should get a lot of credit for it rather than like, it's just the Browns.
Oh, well, so I think specifically if May has another one of these games where he's completing, I mean, maybe not 80% of his passes, Tommy Curran, but, he's completing, 2/3 of his passes, 70% of his passes, whatever, and he's lighting them up and they score high 20s, they should get on a curve a lot of credit against this defense. Vrabel thinks it's the best they have faced, I should rephrase.
So far. But I mean, there's some okay defenses they've faced, and this is a team they've given up the fewest yards. Like they don't rank super high in points per game, but that's also everything. I always feel like that's almost like a team stat because sometimes your offense just puts you in these horrible spots.
Well, I was just going to say, how many short fields has Dylan Gabriel or Joe Flacco, who's played well in Cincinnati, but I mean, how many short fields were they getting? Or just how many times did the offense go 3 and out?
They're 30th in points.
Have to punt from deep in their own end, and then you're starting at midfield or whatever. So I don't think their defense has been put in a lot of advantageous situations. Myles Garrett, you mentioned him, Keefe. Drake Maye volunteered this in an answer talking about their defense. He's like, well, they got the best player on defense in the league over there. And he was asked in a follow-up question by our guy CP.
Who's that?
That's Chris Price.
Got it.
If you're not familiar with that.
Got it.
So CP followed up. He's like, you're talking about Myles Garrett, right? And here's what May had to say.
Just to clarify, that's the best player you're referring to as Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. Yeah, he's he's one of the best players in the league, and he's somebody you got to know. You got to know where he's at, and I think it's a lot of credit to him. He plays hard, and he's disruptive, and he's good in the run game and the pass game, and it's going to be a tough challenge.
Okay. So
one of the best players in the league.
One of the best?
Yeah.
No, he had said earlier, he's like, he's the best defensive player, one of the best players in the league.
He probably is, right? If we're playing that game,
we asked yesterday, who would you take, Parsons or him? So I think as a pass rusher, he's definitely who I'd take. I still love Surtain.
He's nasty.
He was the defensive player of the year a year ago, but there's a lot of good corners. Myles Garrett certainly has a case to be made. Mm-hmm. Looking at some of the numbers, Patriots offensive line versus Browns defensive line, Keefe. You tell me how to square these two away.
All right, let's hear it.
Bedard had these stats yesterday. Drake Maye has been sacked, and he puts it in quotes, 22 times.
Which is a ton. When you start to look at other quarterbacks, other like elite quarterbacks, we're going to be talking about like MVP candidates. Like it's a ton.
It's second most in the league behind Cam Ward, who's been sacked 30 times.
And he's terrible.
So Bedard then clarifies, maybe for his buddy Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Because, if Josh McDaniels running such a good offense, how are they giving up so many sacks?
Right.
He clarifies, Maye's sacks have gone for just an average of 3.5 yards per sack. That's the lowest in the league.
Nice.
C.J. Stroud, if you care, leads 9.3 yards a sack. How old are you? Maye also has the sixth highest time to sack ratio, 5.11 seconds. So he says a few more throwaways would be nice. Basically, the implication is they're quote-unquote sacks that Maye is taking, but he's rolling out looking for a play, and it might be a play that never develops. It's not.
Yeah, Scheim talked about this the other morning.
It's not free blitzers knocking his head off. Oh, I missed Scheim talking about this.
Yeah, like he kind of
runs out of bounds at the line of scrimmage, and they count that as a sack.
Yes, correct.
Right. It's like one yard loss or at the line of scrimmage, so it goes down as a sack, but he's not even getting hit, and he's barely losing yards, but it is a sack.
So here's the bad news. The Browns have the 7th best sack percentage in the NFL, 8%. This is from Phil Perry. They also force quarterbacks to get rid of the football faster than any team in the league, 2.63 seconds. Other than the Houston Texans. So they're second in that regard. So Cleveland generates pressure. They do it quickly. The Patriots have given up a lot of sacks, although they tend to be slow developing, and sometimes it's Maye rolling out, running out of bounds, sliding at the last second, what have you, and those count as quote-unquote sacks. what gives in that matchup, Keefe?
So I do think they're going to have some struggles this week, and we'll see if Will Campbell, Jared Wilson specifically can bounce back because they didn't play great last week. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the week that breaks Drake Maye's streak of no turnovers, because he's not going to end the year with just 2 interceptions. He's not going to end the year with whatever he is at fumbles right now. Eventually, there's another turnover coming at some point. Wouldn't be surprised if it was this weekend, but I think they can overcome it. As long as they don't turn over 5 times. And even then, I don't know if the Browns offense can really capitalize on that. It would have to be fumble recoveries for touchdowns or pick sixes for me to think they lose the game.
So if you're asking me how I think the game goes and what we're talking about on Monday, not to get ahead of everything we're doing tomorrow, but my guess is we come in
sacked a couple times.
Yeah, we come in and we're probably a little underwhelmed by the offensive performance, but understand it's a good defense on the other side. Yeah. And the Patriots still win comfortably because the Browns are inept on offense. I mean, that's kind of my guess. So I don't think they're in any real danger of losing this game. I mean, more than last week. I thought there was 0% chance they were losing to Tennessee last week.
Yeah.
But, maybe there's a letdown coming back home against a good defense.
Would you take them in the survivor pool?
Pats?
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, I already plugged my pick into the document this morning, and I am not taking it.
It's not Pats?
No, it's not. It is not the Patriots. I don't want to give that away.
Brag, bro.
But it is not the Patriots.
We're still in the survivor
ahead of it.
Are you feeling dangerous over there?
Well, I'm not thinking dangerous.
Okay, good. I like it. 617-779-7937. You can jump in here on Jones and Keefe. A reminder, Football Talk on WEEI is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local game live every Sunday, all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. And speaking of Drake Maye, some of us have him as an MVP candidate. Some of us might have him as the MVP. Stay tuned at high noon to find out.
Ooh.
So I think it's a good time to revisit Bill Belichick on draft night.
Nice.
His analysis of Drake Maye. What did he get right? Not much. And what did he get wrong?
Some, maybe?
Let's give that a listen next.